All right. We're live. So I got to fix up the overlay real quick, but if somebody wants to recap last session, that would be amazing.
Nose goes.
Uh, we met friendly giants.
You did. Tell us about the friendly giants.
They were friendly, which we weren't expecting. They were lost, magically transported. Don't know how to get home. It was a large male giant and his toddler giant baby that was still bigger than me. And they were very pleasant. And they also had encountered the same goblin magic vendor that we had. So that was interesting.
That is true.
As Jerry
Yup.
of Jerry's Magical Wonders.
Yep. And they had that chest with the beans in it, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or so they say.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bother to really investigate further.
Okay. Yes. So then you guys traveled. You ended up seeing a guy suspended between trees, like strung up. Come to find out, he was.
We're cutting out the dwarves.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Tell us about the dwarves, Renmer.
Well, we encountered a band of roving dwarves looking for a particular mall that none of us had ever heard of, ever. Definitely never heard of this bone breaker thing. It's really weird.
I definitely did not identify it.
They didn't seem particularly trustworthy, so we just, didn't really tell them anything that we may or may not know. And parted ways rather amicably.
Yeah, they had offered you 500 gold, I think.
I'm pretty sure I'd get more than that for him.
Yeah. And then, yes, you might be able to. And then you guys kind of just kept it hidden and walked away, and distracted them so they weren't paying attention to Renmer.
Kept what hidden?
Then then you guys got into your fight with the spiders. You cast the web on fire. You burned up the body that had a a scroll case with some potential spells or something that Garrick would have loved to look at, but we don't know what it was.
It was fine.
And then you found 2 potions of healing. And that was how we left off. So, you guys have traveled away from the icky spiders that we will not be bringing up for a long time because of, arachnophobia. And you set up camp. The night, seemed to pass without any issues other than it did rain most of the night. Towards the end of the night, though, there started to be a disastrous downpour pickup with some thunder and lightning. And, normally at this time, you guys are all waking up. You would see the sunlight. However, the sky is a bit green and the downpour is atrocious. You guys notice that the road has actually flooded. So it seems like the water is draining nicely on the sides of the road. So it's like muddy on the sides, but the road is just flooded, a few feet flooded.
And we have a cart, correct?
I don't remember.
I don't think we took a cart.
I think we ditched the
I don't
cart,
think this time, yeah. You had it before. Mm-hmm. So how would you like to spend this disastrous downpour storm, icky green skies day? Traveling.
Renmar's going to look down at his mismatched feet and just kind of say, well, it looks like we are going to get wet. And he's going to start trudging off.
You guys going to take the main road, or are you going to stay off in the mud on the sides?
How deep is the water on the main road?
It's probably like 1.5 feet. It's
Yeah.
pretty deep, but it's not like you can't walk in it.
Yeah, I'll stay on the main road. Better water than mud.
Okay. Everyone else agree?
That sounds good to me.
Especially when you got a lead foot.
Awesome. So you guys start marching along the road. The good thing about marching on the road is it doesn't leave any tracks, whereas if you were in the mud, you'd be leaving footprints for miles. As you're doing this again, the lightning and the thunder are going. Because of this, I want everybody. I'm not going to use your passive perception. I want everyone to make a perception check at disadvantage, though.
Shit.
7.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Well, I got
Yeah.
a nat 20 first, so
Damn
26. And then I rolled an 18, so 24.
Ah.
That's an oh no.
Well, I rolled the nat 20 first, so
Gotcha. So
I rolled a 5 and a 3, and I have -1, so that's a 2.
what'd you get, Eva?
That's a 10.
Okay. So I would say Eva. Actually, let me roll real quick. Okay, never mind. Garrick notices. It felt like this morning as you guys started walking out, it felt like somebody may have been watching you or following you. However, as the day has passed walking along the road, that feeling has completely gone away. You're not sure exactly why you felt that way, but it definitely something was pinging you. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, anyways, so this day, for the most part, again with all the downpour, is relatively safe. You've seen a couple trees get struck by lightning, like off in the distance, and you've seen like some branches fall and things like that. But again, nothing immediate, like an immediate danger. Okay. You also notice that it got strangely quiet all of a sudden, and you see in the distance a tornado come sweeping through and just rip up a bunch of trees.
What?
And hurl them. Give me a deck save.
Oh my god. May. Okay. No.
Okay, if anybody rolls below a 10, let me know.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 4.
Oh. So,
22.
What was that?
22.
Oh wait,
22.
so were you
What'd you
wanted
get,
a
Eva?
dex save, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want the total, not just the die roll?
Yeah, tell me the total.
14.
Okay. So, Eva and Garrick are like up in the front talking as the storm's going on, trying to stay dry a little bit. As this is going on, you guys see a huge tree that's been ripped up out of the dirt come flying at you guys. Now, it's above Garrick and Eva's head, so you guys don't have to worry. Meek barely ducks.
Ah!
And Renmer is so distracted by trying to, keep his head, keep as dry as possible, and with his feet like in the water, the lead foot, he takes 21 points of damage as a tree nails him across the chest and bounces off, luckily.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Holy hell.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be down in the water, just like.
I'm going to run over and try to help him up.
right.
What just happened?
I'm gonna run over to I'm gonna run over to You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Oh.
No, I don't. No.
He's
I
just-
don't actually say it like that. Are you all right? That's
Do you require assistance?
And he's holding his ribs. He's like, I felt a few pops.
Oh,
Oh.
man. I will.
Just going right towards you, like-
definitely.
I will
Oh, man.
cast Healing Word at I'm going
That's
through
an
it.
interesting level.
We'll do second level.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
I was trying to go through which one I wanted to use.
Oh
So
my
that's
God.
gonna be
Holy hell.
solid 8 points.
8 points of healing.
Yeah, 8 points.
All right,
Oh,
well,
no.
Remore's gonna move his arm and have like range of motion back, and he goes, "Thank you, Meek. That, at the very least, seems to have helped my ribs.
I'm gonna.
I think I'm gonna be sore for a few days.
Yeah.
Getting hit by a tree apparently sucks."
So,
I'm gonna give
Renmer,
another-
just so you
I'm
know,
gonna do lay on hands.
Yeah.
you will have advantage now for the rest of the day, as long as the storm is going, for perception checks.
I'm on the lookout for trees.
Oh my god. I'm gonna do another 13 healing with lay on hands.
I appreciate that.
Oh god. As you
Hey, I'm
described
back.
it,
All
I
right,
can
I'm
feel
back
it.
to full health.
Jesus
I'm just.
fuck. Man, my chest hurts.
Thank you, Eva.
Okay, so you can see a tornado has already ripped through here, and seeing ahead about 40 feet, you can see just the trees. It's a line of trees that have been knocked down or cracked, and obviously you can see where the one was ripped up and thrown at you guys. By the storm. You guys get to walking a little bit more down the road, and you know it's still raining, but the storm calms itself, and you come across a dead sheep.
Oh no.
Okay.
How did it die?
Give me a survival check, Renmer.
A survival check. That's a natural 1. Plus 1 makes it a 2.
You can see some like a puncture wound in its chest, but it looks like maybe a stick or something may have hit it in the storm. You're not really sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shrug and keep walking.
You're like, it probably is the same thing that happened to me. A tree hit it.
Yeah. Trees, man, they suck.
Well,
It looks relatively fresh, the wound.
yeah, it's probably the giant's missing sheep.
Oh no. Was it just the one? I can't remember.
Yes, it's just one sheep.
Ah.
Well,
Damn it.
And while this is going on, all of you notice that an orc has an arrow trained upon you guys from about 50 feet away. And he's wearing a black robe.
Black robe, does that signify anything to us?
Just he's not heavily armored, it appears.
Okay. I'm gonna raise my hand and in orc, hail him. It's like, hail, brother. What do you intend?
He releases the arrow as you say this. Roll initiative.
All right. Ooh, there we go.
I got a 5, so.
I got 19.
That's not bad. So Renmer 19,
13.
13 for Garrick,
6 for me.
6 for Meek, and Eva. What'd you get, Eva?
I'm sorry, what are we rolling?
Oh, initiative, sorry.
Oh shit. That'll be a 18.
Okay. So Renmer, you're right up on the sheep, correct?
Yes, I had walked past it. I'm just was like, whatever.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, I missed that last part. So as you walked past it, though, give me a dex save.
A dex save.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. 19.
All right, so you notice a trap is laid right after it in the water, and you feel it with your metal foot, like you hear the tink as you hit the side of it, and you move right away, and immediately everyone like looks because they hear the tink. When you see the orc off to the side, and you're like, "Hail!" He, being spotted, decides to release the arrow.
So,
Oh.
But
Okay.
it's not a surprise round, so I will wait till his turn to actually have that.
oh no, go ahead. If he already released it, roll the attack. I wanna.
Okay.
I wanna.
He misses.
All right.
So
I
it
wanna
zips
try
past
this.
you right into one of the busted up trees.
How far away did you say he was?
About 50 feet.
I'm gonna dash action right up into his face
Okay.
Oof.
and get like a few inches from his face and say, "That was a poor choice. Would you like to reconsider?"
Nice. So as you get up next to him, you
was
do
he
see
far
two other
enough?
orcs though.
Was
That's
he close
fine.
enough that I could have
I'm
heard
still
that?
going for it. I'm like right in his face, just being like, "Would you like to reconsider that action?"
Yep.
Was he too far ahead that we couldn't hear that, or could we hear him say that?
With the storm and the rain and stuff, I'd probably say you didn't hear that. No.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really far away, and then you're like behind him, so it's
I had a really quippy thing to say, but if I didn't hear it, it's pointless. Never mind.
Sorry. What you doing, Eva? It's your turn.
How far did you say?
About
ahead
50
he
feet
was?
off the road.
Renmore is gonna hold up his hand at the back, just being like,
Hold off.
give him a second.
Okay.
I'm not gonna draw my weapon.
Okay.
I am gonna approach. We'll say 20 feet,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hold an action.
Okay.
If
Oh, I forgot to make it difficult. It's okay. We won't do it this time. I should have done difficult terrain, so Renmer was not able to. But that's okay.
I dashed. I had
so-
60. I had 60 feet.
Yeah, it would have only been half because of the mud, but it's okay.
Yeah, but I also have
messed up.
action surge, so I could have gotten there.
Okay, then let's say are you willing to do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I'm willing. Can I? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
I
since-
muffed
okay.
that up.
Since it's difficult terrain, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move all 30 feet. So
Okay.
So
And
I
then
think
you wouldn't
that's
be
gonna
able
take that's gonna take a dash. But
Yes.
can I hold casting a bonus action spell?
Yeah, I'll let you. What's your bonus
Okay.
action spell?
If this fucker tries to attack, Renmer's getting Shield of Faith on him.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Garrick.
I haven't used a second level spell yet. Let's enlarge Renmer.
All right, can you
So-
cast it at 50 feet?
I can't,
Okay.
but I can cast it at 30 feet, so I'd have to move 20 feet up.
Yeah, and you can only move 15 in the mud.
All right. Let's see.
Well,
here.
you can move half movement in the mud. I'm assuming you're at 30. You have 30 feet movement.
Yeah, let's say, since I cannot do that, let's do this. Let's move up 15 feet then,
Okay.
and cast Minor Illusion on Renmer to
Okay.
make it look like his eyes are burning like fire.
Okay. You guys move 30 feet. Okay. Awesome. So, Renmer, you don't notice this, but your eyes look like fire is in your eyes. Meek, it is your turn.
I'll move up 15 feet, half my movement, and then I am going to hold a firebolt in my hand.
Okay. And what's the trigger that they are attacking Renmer?
Yeah, as soon as they turn hostile or my friends attack, that I'm ready to hurl it.
Okay. Eva, isn't your Shield of Faith a reaction spell?
Bonus action.
It is a bonus action? Okay. Just curious.
The shield spell itself is a reaction. Shield of Faith is a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the one guy right in your face, Renmer, he does draw what looks like a dagger and puts it straight up to your throat and says, "You are the hits." And as he says that, the ones behind him say, "Kill him!" And he does slash at you, so I will let you do that, Eva.
I believe that's a +2.
+2 to his AC? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Let me
he will
pull that up
attack.
just in case. Yes, +2 to AC. That is a
Okay.
10-minute concentration spell. Fuck. Okay.
That's all right.
So
You're
when
paladin. All you do is concentration spells.
You're right.
So when he pulls this dagger out, Renmer, you would recognize that it is definitely an assassin's blade. It's not like a normal dagger, right? An orc assassin. And as he goes to do it, though, he then notices your eyes are red, and for some reason just misses. And you didn't really move. It's almost like he like stuttered in his movement.
Well, so
Since
he
he
attacked,
was-
yes?
What was that? What was the question?
He attacked, yes?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to riposte.
Okay.
Also, since they're hostile, if I can see it, does that mean my firebolt can go off?
Yeah, so you have to wait till this is resolved, and then you can do
Okay.
firebolt. Yep.
No worries.
All right, that is a 22 to hit with my longsword.
Definitely hits.
All right, let's roll damage.
Their
on that.
armor class is 15, just so you guys know.
All right. Ooh, max damage. That is that's 15 damage as I like knock the blade away with my shoulder and then just slash up and said, "Another poor choice."
Okay. Yeah, you hurt him. But he's still standing there. He kind of has this like this like groaning pain sound out. And then then do your firebolt, Meek.
Okay. Does 12 hit?
Does not.
I am going to use Favored by the Gods.
Okay.
So that's going to add... Oops, that's cocked. 7 to 12, which is 7, 8, 9, 19?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So then that is going to be... 4, 5, 6, 7 points of fire damage.
All right. So you kind of hit him off of his shoulder, and he locks eyes with you for a second, and the other two orcs look at him, and he signals to the one and points at you. So one arrow's coming at you, Meek.
Ah!
Wow, that's bad. 9 misses. The other arrow is going back at you, Renmer.
All right.
And yep, misses also. 7. So they missed really poorly. They do not look like well-trained assassins right now. They look really, really terrible. So with that, we will come back up to Renmer.
All right, I'm going to attack.
All right, go for it.
So longsword is an 18 to hit.
Okay.
And that's going to be 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Short sword is going to be 14 to hit.
Nope.
All
So
right,
he
and
uses his dagger to deflect your short sword.
And then second attack with the long sword. That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then that's going to be 7 more points of damage.
Okay. You drop him.
All right. So I'm just like, it's longsword. He parries it with the dagger. And as I take his dagger out of position, the longsword just comes back around across his face. And it's just going to be little more than thugs.
So the other two guys are kind of like 10 feet back and off to each side of him, just so you guys know. Eva, you are about 30 feet away from one of them.
Okay.
And remember, you can move up to 15 feet with your regular move.
Okay. I will. You know
Oh,
what?
Renmer, do you want to close the distance on any of them?
Oh yeah. How far is he from me?
Both of them are about 10 feet in just different directions.
I'm gonna go up to the one on my right.
Okay.
So I'm crowding him.
Okay. And that would probably be the one that's that Eva is closest to as well.
Okay. Was it the one that shot at me or Meek?
You.
Okay.
So that the one that's 15 feet away from me is the one that Renmore just approached.
He's 30 feet away from you. You can move 15 feet for your turn, or you can do a double move to close the gap.
So
Or you could do it with someone else too.
I'm not close enough to melee with any of them right now.
No.
Okay, well that one's getting like Sailor Mooned.
All right. Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Does he have to make a save?
That'll be a Constitution save.
9.
No.
I have not rolled above a 10 other than like twice tonight so far. So how much
Okay.
damage?
A lot.
A lot.
Let's see.
All.
All the damage. That'll be 2d10. I rolled a 10 and a 9.
10 and a 9, so 19?
Yeah. And that's radiant damage.
Okay.
Get
Cool.
fucked.
So it is now Garrick's turn.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
and do you want to move up or do you want to stay where you're at?
I don't want to move up, but
Okay.
Renmer, keep in mind, casting Moonbeam actually canceled Shield of Faith because I'm an idiot and forgot that's a concept.
That's all right. I don't need it anymore. These guys
Well,
got nothing on me.
Moonbeam is concentration too?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the one that attacked Meek, is it, did Meek end up injuring it?
No.
No. Okay.
She had attacked the one that was on Renmer at first. But no, the only one that's actually injured is the one that's currently engaged with Renmer.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's toss a firebolt at the one that attacked Meek.
Okay.
So. Uh, 25.
That will definitely hit.
And 11 points of damage.
All right, so you light that guy up, and as you hit him, you hear him say, "Get them now!" And he gets kind of mad and starts like waving his arm like this, like "Get them!" And it is now Meek's turn.
Are there more of them?
There might be.
I will keep hurling firebolt.
Okay. Are you doing the one that's engaged with Renmer or the one that Garrick just hit?
I will switch to the one Renmer just hit. Or Garrick just hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's going to be... That's 9 points of fire damage.
Okay. So you hit him right in his chest, and he kind of holds it and grimaces. And you see out of the corner of your eye, it looks like some orcs were in hiding behind a couple trees on the other side of the road that are now sneaking up behind you and Garrick.
I'll say, Garrick, look out! And that'll be my turn.
All right. So the first one will close the distance with Garrick, and he's got a dagger and a longsword. 9 plus 5. 14. Does a 14 hit you, Garrick?
Yes, it does if I don't have mage armor on.
Oh, you didn't prepare it, did you? 8, 4. So he hits you with both.
Okay.
Let's see. 3, 4, 5. So you will take 11 points of damage from the first guy attacking you. The second guy will close the distance on Meek, and he will do the same. Does an 11 hit?
Does not.
I have an
8.
11 and
Like
an 8, so...
The most perfunctory, like, meh.
All right, so the third one, I'm going to roll to see who he goes after. Okay. Garrick. A second one closes the distance on you. There's 3 of them in total.
Mm-hmm.
And he crits with the longsword.
Okay.
8, for 13 points of damage. However, the dagger he crit failed on, and he breaks his dagger in half. His looks like a normal dagger, by the way. So,
Cloth armor doing his job.
Garrick.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
It's almost like it was already broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knew?
All right. That was their turn. It is now
The
Renmar's
guy in
turn.
front of me didn't do anything?
Oh, sorry. I was so distracted by the reinforcements. And the other one, too. Thanks.
No problem.
Okay, so the one on Renmar, he pulls out his longsword and his dagger. He has a normal dagger. He crits with the longsword. 12, 13, 14. For 14 points with the longsword. The
right.
dagger, I don't think hits. 15?
15 does not hit.
Okay. The other one is now going to shoot an arrow across at you. Does a 16 hit you?
16 does not hit.
Okay. That was all their turns.
All right.
And now we are back up top with you, Renmer.
Redmore's just gonna like glance back and be like, "You are cowards with no honor," and he's gonna hit the guy in front of him. Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
All right. 7. That is gonna be, let's see, 13 plus. That's 17 points of damage.
All right, so you drop him.
Yeah, just head straight off in a sideways cut.
Okay. Now, the
how
other
far
guy's
is the other
about
guy from
20
me?
feet across now.
He's 20 feet from me.
Yeah, so they were like, there was the head guy, and then there was 10 feet that way, 10 feet that way, and there's 20.
Is it all difficult terrain, or is there?
It's all mud.
That was my action.
Do you have something you can throw at him?
I throw a dagger.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna move up. I'm gonna move up the rest of the way and chuck a dagger at him.
Okay. So you're
So
able to
that-
get within 5 feet of him and throw a
Yeah.
dagger. Or 10 feet and throw a dagger at him, I should say.
10 feet to throw a dagger.
Yep.
That's 16 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right. That is. Oh yeah, 5 points of damage.
E.
So he is very bloody, though. Like, you hit him right up in his shoulder, and he would not be dual wielding at this point. We'll just say that. All right. It is now Eva's turn.
Oh, bonus
Okay.
action. I'm going
Yep.
to second wind.
Okay.
Nice.
You can do that twice. How many times can you do that in a day?
I haven't second winded yet.
I was
The
thinking the
action
action search. I always do that. Sorry. I always.
No problem.
Yep. Okay. Eva.
As long as nothing is within melee distance of me, I'm gonna keep Moonbeam up And I'm gonna move it over to the closest thing to me.
Okay, so he has to make a con save.
Yes.
I got a 10, so nope.
10 fails.
All right, roll that
So
damage.
do the damage again. That's another 10, and that's a 3.
So you guys see this light coming from the trees shift over to this other guy, and as it does, this guy just burns up and falls. It's the same guy that Renmer threw the dagger at. So now, Renmer, you're about 60 feet from the road.
Mm-hmm.
Eva, you're approximately 30 feet from the road.
Okay.
And then Garrick and Meek are on the road, engaged with... Or I'm sorry, you're not on the road. You're 15 feet off the road.
Mhm.
So you guys... Eva technically could use her full movement to get to you guys next turn. But you guys are engaged currently with the Orc Assassins. Okay, so with that, it is Garrick's turn.
I lay my hand on Meek's shoulder and I say, let's not do this toe to toe. I cast invisibility on both of us.
Was that enlarged that whole time?
Okay.
No, because I couldn't
right,
get close
right.
enough to enlarge
Right.
him.
Sorry.
So yeah.
So you're invisible. Are you able to move without provoking when you're invisible? Do you know?
I actually know because of an incredibly pedantic DM I was with. You have to be able to see your target to do an opportunity attack.
Gotcha.
And with that, I'm going to start moving towards Renmer.
All right.
And I'll use up all my movement to get closer to Renmer.
Okay. Meek, you are currently engaged with one. However, you are invisible. Are you going to move as well?
Spell ends.
If you cast anything,
If
you're
I
standing
cast
there.
anything.
Yeah,
He'll see
you might as well move and then cast at the
Yeah.
very least.
Well, I've never used my melee spell, and I was like, I get to use it.
Do it.
But
do it.
I
You get
think I'd
advantage.
rather. I think I'd.
Do it.
Oh.
Because you're
I don't
invisible.
know.
I'm
Do it.
I'm at 2 hit points, so I have to go.
Do it.
It's at advantage.
Yes.
I'm gonna do it because I never get this
Yes.
opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna inflict wounds at 3rd level,
All right.
which is 5d10.
I'm so proud.
Oh,
Eva is a proud mommy.
This
like
is great.
this is
Please,
awesome.
please hit. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll hit.
I get to roll so many dice. 4, 5.
He's just gonna explode into pieces.
Something other than Firebolt, which is like the only other damage spell I have. So that is
Someone should clip that.
12,
I get to roll so many dice.
12, 17, 18, 19, 21, 20, 21, wait, 23?
23 points of damage.
23 points of
Necrotic damage?
necrotic damage.
So what does that look? I mean, he's still alive, but what does that look like when you do it? Like, do you grab him and it like melts
Yeah,
his skin or something?
We'll say that I grab up towards his neck and I just like become visible with my hand like gripping his neck, and you just see his skin like this blackish like energy basically go into him, and you could see it like start to spread from the wound, just like this
Yes.
dark necrotic
love it.
energy like on the skin.
We have ruined Meek.
I love it. So
I'm like,
when this
"Ah."
happens, he will drop his dagger and
Mhm.
clutch like your hand against his chest, trying to pull it off as that's
If-
happening.
If he drops his dagger, I'm gonna try to back up.
Okay.
With my
Redmore's just gonna
movement.
call out to the orc. You better run.
Yeah, if I can, I'm gonna try to back up after that.
You would provoke if you leave, but Yes, you hurt him pretty bad.
That's
he holds your arm
fine.
so you can't leave.
Okay, then I'll stay there.
That was pretty sweet. I like that. All right. It is now their turn. So the other two seem befuddled for a moment and are like, where did he go? And they turn their attention to Eva. They will close the distance because it is only about 15 feet away.
Get him, Eva.
They also, as assassins, have double movement as a non-issue. So
That's right. They're
course
just
they
coming
do.
closer to me.
crit
Fuck 'em.
with the long sword for the
Jesus
first guy.
Christ, bro.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
For 9 points from the crit.
Okay.
The other guy comes up, swings with his long sword and his dagger. Okay, 19 and a 22.
Yeah.
Ooh, that doesn't count. Fell on the floor. Okay. For 14 points.
Fuck, man.
So he's just like, whoosh, whoosh, and gets you pretty good.
Ow.
And
Fuck me.
yeah, so you now have 2 engaged with you.
Okay.
And then the one on Meek will swing upwards at your arm with his long sword. For 17 to hit.
That hits.
For 7 points of damage.
7 points. Okay.
And now we are back over to Renmer.
So Eva was 10 feet from me, correct?
No, she was, you were 50 feet, she was at 30, so she was 20. She's now 30 feet away from you. Because you
Okay.
moved the extra 10 feet, so you were
Got
60
it.
feet off the road.
So I'm gonna close in to her, so I can move half that distance.
Yes.
I'm gonna dash action
Okay.
to get right up in there so that I'm there with her.
Okay. Perfect. Eva, Renmer runs up right beside you and kind of puts himself between you and one of the orcs.
Okay.
There are 2 orcs around you.
Was
Neat.
this one too many, Eva?
Oh. 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 Get him.
Yep.
Let's see. So I'm gonna drop. No, you know what? Moonbeam is gonna move over to the one in front of me.
Okay.
So that one's got to make a con save.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
12.
Yeah, fuck that guy. No, 12 fails.
Okay.
So it is taking 15 points of damage.
Okay.
15 points of radiant, and then so Renmer quips at me, and I just kind of like side eye him with that very familiar grin of this we grew up doing this shit. And I am going to thunderous smite that motherfucker.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, so I have to roll to hit.
If you miss it, you don't have to use the spell.
Right.
If it's a specialty smite, it's a
You do have to
concentration
still?
and lasts until you hit again.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I don't know thunderous smite. There are smites that are
There's searing smite and things.
Searing- I have
You know
searing-
what? You're right. Thunderous
Yeah.
smite is actually a.
concentration.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just divine smite it.
Yeah.
Let's see if you hit first.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you don't want to drop your moonbeam. So
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, Moonbeam's been working out real well with my shit rolls.
Oh, that's gonna be over 20.
20 points of damage? Or to hit?
No, that's gonna be over 20 to hit.
Oh, okay. And you're hitting the same one that had the Moonbeam?
No, I'm gonna hit the other one.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Divine Smite?
It wouldn't be a spell, it'd be an ability.
I know. Features and traits. Divine Smite. There we go. Okay. So the rapier does 1d8 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for the rapier damage. And then the smite is an extra 2d8. So 6 and shit. I threw my dice across the room. 6 and 7.
Okay. So you do quite a bit of damage to him.
Yeah.
It looks like you did
11 and 13. 11 plus 13.
Oh man.
24. Okay,
What-
yep, that works. 24. He is still alive.
That guy.
But yes, you messed
Oh.
him up. Your sword, your
Shit.
rapier started to glow, and you just ripped him up. But he's still going strong.
Damn it.
Well done, Eva.
Well, I shouldn't say strong, but he's still up.
Not so strong.
Yeah. None of these guys only one looks strong, and that's the one in the moonbeam.
Yeah.
Garrick.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait
Oh,
a minute.
sorry.
Wait
Go
a
ahead,
minute.
Eva.
I have extra attack.
Okay, so attack.
So he's just getting one regular rapier strike. That's gonna be that's 14 and 7. What is that?
21?
Yeah. 21. Yes, 8, 12 rapier damage. 12
So you drop him with your
Slashing.
rapier.
yeah, bitch.
He just kind of falls over and takes like one last look up at you before like he just goes limp.
Does he growl at me?
He didn't even have the energy to growl.
Ah,
It was, just
Okay.
blood out of his mouth kind of thing. Dead.
Blood.
All right.
Nice.
okay.
Now it is Garrick's turn.
Okay, so who's left right now?
There's one engaged with Eva and Renmer, and there's
Mhm.
one engaged with Meek,
Okay.
who's holding Meek's arm.
Ah.
I want to hold out one hand and call my drift globe to it, reach into my backpack, pull out my steel mirror, and point it right at the guy's face and activate the light on my steel mirror. Actually,
Okay.
let's activate daylight on my steel mirror. So he's got the full power of the
Oh.
sun blasting right into his eyes.
Okay. And this is
Nice.
the moonbeam guy
It's the one that's on Eva. Or sorry, on the one that's on Meek.
on Meek. Okay.
Yep.
What do I have to
And
do?
none
Make
of-
a. Sorry.
I don't know. You decide what you want to do. He's got the full power of a sunbeam going reflected off of a mirror straight into his eyes. So
Yeah, there's
it's not a spell or an attack. So
Well, it'd be the
I can
daylight
do it and
spell.
stay invisible.
Yeah. What's the daylight spell?
Uh,
I don't know if that would work to stay invisible, because in order for the mirror to work, the mirror has to be visible. Do you know what I mean? So it would definitely cost you your invisibility. Is that something you would still want to do, knowing that?
No, not if
Okay.
it's going to cost me my invisibility. I mean, if it's going to cost me my invisibility, I just cast firebolt. So
Okay.
all right.
You would have
let's-
advantage on that.
Yeah, I usually don't need advantage on firebolt, but sure, let's just move over a little bit and do firebolt with advantage then.
Okay. And you're doing it to the one that's on Eva still. That's
The one that's
closer to
on
you.
Meek.
Oh, the one on Meek. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay behind the fighters, but I want to angle
Sure.
myself. So I'm going to use my movement so that I'm still staying kind of at long range,
Okay.
but I want to angle myself so I can get a good shot off at the one that's on Meek.
Okay. All right. Roll to hit.
Oh.
26.
That'll hit. Give me the damage.
You know what? Yeah, let's just do that. 19 points of damage.
Yeah, you drop him.
10 and a 9.
problem. Keep going. So Meek, the guy's holding your arm, and you see him just get blasted, and he drops to a knee, and as he does, his hand like lets go of your arm, and it just kind of runs down the front of you as he falls in the mud. And now
Gross.
it is Meek's turn, and there is one near Eva and Renmer.
I will. How far away from it? How far away am I from it?
From that, you're about 15 feet.
You know what? Why not?
We
I'm
created a
gonna
monster.
move in on it in melee range in between my two friends and cast inflict wounds in front of them.
All right.
That is geez, math hurts. That's a 23 to hit.
Oh yeah. You got
At
him.
third level. Who needs third level spells? Not me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 18. Sorry, I'm doing math. I
You're
got
okay.
high numbers.
Did you beat 18?
31 points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
That
So
was-
that would have almost killed them at the start. So yeah, you're good. Go ahead and narrate what happens.
Yeah, I come up and like just grab his face. And you just see like his eyes turn black and like blood start to run from his nose and out his ears and out his like blackened eyes as this like black necrotic energy just spreads from his face in front of Eva and Renmer.
And
And
he
I'm just
drops.
like, go to sleep. Is what I say. Go to sleep.
Oh, I love it. That is my new favorite spell for you to do.
Okay,
I
so-
never get to use it because I'm never nearby, but you know.
Now you're gonna use it all the time.
How do I
Okay,
clip?
So
Someone should
that
clip that
sounds
for me.
like sounds like inflict wounds.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so I would just like, were you invisible up until you cast that?
Not that one.
Mm-mm. No,
You
I
just
was
ran
roll
up
for
and
that.
fucking did that. Be like,
Yeah, I just ran up in between you guys and put my hand on his face as like this terrible energy killed him.
I'm gonna look to Renmer and be like, I didn't know she could do that.
Do you teach her that one?
Not this time.
We didn't teach her that.
I did
That
not
was
teach her
good.
that. Did
Meek
not
is
teach
now
her.
with like thaumaturgy, just like chanting under her breath an infernal again.
I didn't teach her that either.
Redmore's gonna just like plop down and start cleaning his blades before he puts them away, and then
Oh, was
he's
that the
gonna
last one?
search these motherfuckers to find out.
we
who
should-
sent them.
We should spare the dying one of them so that we can interrogate him.
I'm pretty
Should we?
sure me took care of that.
I was gonna
last
say they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That would
so
be
what are you
some
doing? I'm sorry.
baller ass, something
I'm-
baller ass
I'm
to do.
searching
Though.
their bodies after I clean off my swords.
So all of them have like pretty crude orcish daggers, but the one had that rather special orcish dagger with like a assassin's symbol in orcish on it.
Yeah.
It's like a written in orc.
I'm going to sit down with that one and take a couple minutes and ritual cast identify
Okay.
on it.
Yeah, so you know that this dagger, well, one, it's incredibly light for an orc dagger. It's made with the same crude materials, but there's some kind of enchantment on it. It seems like it might cut a little deeper too than normal.
All right. So
+2 dagger. Plus two, plus two.
I'm leaving the dagger I threw in the shoulder of that one orc that Eva immolated, and I'm just plopping this one in the quick draw like I've got one dagger and like a quick draw holster on my belt. I'm just putting it right in there.
All right.
Um,
You guys also find a letter on one of them.
Oh.
All right, what does it say?
The letter says to track down the intruders, for the goblins have given them up. One goblin has been severely punished for letting them go.
I'm gonna hand it over to Garrick and just say, "It seems our goblin friends have betrayed us."
Not Squeak.
The other, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that was it. Not Squeak.
The same orc that had the dagger, he has 6 arrows that look a little different than the rest of the arrows that he and the other ones have. They are, I'll assume you cast Identify in that as well. They are magic arrows of poison damage. They do an extra d6 poison damage. There's only 6 of them.
Whoa.
And he also has a pyramid-shaped trinket on him that when you cast Identify, there's nothing magical about it. It's just like a crude-looking pyramid-shaped thing.
Hey, while that Identify is on, I'm gonna pull out my boomerang. I don't know what it actually does.
Oh, I thought I told you. Oh, I never put it into
told me-
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah.
I don't remember. I'll have to find my sheet.
I'm gonna hand the arrows off to somebody else because I don't use those things.
I'll have to find that sheet and tell you later. I don't remember. It can
How
hit
many
up to like
arrows
2
did
or
we
3 enemies at a time, though.
Oh yeah.
What was that, Remmer?
How many arrows did we find?
6.
6.
And they
Does anyone
automatic-
have a bow and arrow.
I do.
Eva, do you use a bow and arrow? Someone with actual.
I never use it, but I have
I was gonna
one.
say like Eva.
Oh
has
wait,
a
no, I
dex
don't. I
score.
have a crossbow. Just kidding. I have a light crossbow that
Yeah,
I just
don't.
Does
have
anyone
on my backpack and never
does-
use.
All right, so we've got Juice. We've got 6 arrows of what?
Poison
Poison
damage.
damage.
They're magical. They do d6 poison damage.
Okay.
Almost
are they,
upon hitting the enemy, they basically inject poison into them.
Are they a custom item or are they in D&D Beyond?
They're custom. Most of my stuff.
Okay,
is.
I'm just gonna remember that though because I guess we're gonna be selling them because nobody will use them.
Okay. I'll write some. I need to go into D&D Beyond. I
can
will
stab
update
them.
D&D Beyond this weekend. I promise.
I could just stab them with people Legolas style.
I'm making my note
Stab
now. I
people
can't
with
believe I
them
forgot.
even. Stab the arrows with people.
And then, did I write that down last time? I guess I could go listen to the last stream, probably. That was the other group.
So, if you're casting Identify a bunch of times, is it safe to assume that we can take some time for a short rest? I'd like to
Yes,
burn some hit dice.
you have time to do that.
Okay.
Oh, this is mine.
I want to burn my cleric hit dice for 5 hit points.
Okay, boomerang, red, white, and blue. Smart boomerang hits 3 enemies. It returns to the person who is attuned to it. It's Dex plus proficiency, 1d4 damage. Renmer has that helmet that gives him a +1 to initiative.
Oh, I even forgot about that.
Yeah. Garrick has the scroll case of Leviathan Ivory. And then Meek is wearing her giant egg on her stomach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, I forgot that because initiative is like one of the only things that D&D Beyond doesn't let you custom set.
Yeah.
Right. So I will adjust that if I can, if it'll let me. We'll figure it out. Okay, so it
Give me
looks
that damage
like
one more time.
you guys were baited with the sheep. It was to get you in position to set off a trap.
I'm sorry. Will you give me the damage for the thing one more time?
1d4 plus dex.
1d4 plus dex and proficiency.
Proficiency
Or
is
no.
not for damage, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Uh,
And it can hit up to 3 enemies at once. But you can't do, like, for example, you can't do a d4 twice to one enemy. Does that make sense?
right. So I can't essentially hit one of them twice.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's 1d4 damage, and then you can apply that damage to up to 3 enemies within range. And range, I think, is 40 feet. Up to 40 feet, whatever. And then 41 feet to 60 feet is at disadvantage.
Thank you.
All right. So.
Sorry. Sorry, Grant. It's just to remember. Ignore that DM I just sent you.
All right. Anything else that you guys are doing at this time?
I think I'm going to use the rest of my lay on hands on either myself or if anybody looks particularly
Garrick.
bad.
We took a short rest, so burn your hit dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't use hit dice in combat, but you can use lay on hands in combat if you have to.
Right.
Good point.
So, let's see.
Yeah, I'm only down to 3 wounds now, so I burnt all of my hit dice.
Yeah,
I
I'm
super
fine.
can't remember what my hit dice is.
Go up to short rest and it'll tell you. Juice, what time of day was that?
That was probably I'd say like lunchtime ish.
Okay, then we've got more time to continue on.
Mm-hmm. So it's still raining and storming, or actually it would probably be mid-afternoon. But
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, it's still raining and storming. It's kind of gloomy and dark because of the overcast. But for the rest of the day, nothing really seems to happen. You guys have been dwelling on the fact that it seems like the sheep was used to lure you into a trap, a really poorly made trap, and maybe the rain actually helped you avoid the trap. But yeah, for the most part, the day was just fine after that. Still sludging through the rain. It's kind of hard to stay dry.
Yeah.
And you find a spot to camp on some ground above the water, but it's still storming.
When we set up camp and everything's set, Renmore is going to just plop down next to Eva at some point and say, Eva, I'm sure your family is fine. They've made it far, far from this orc army. I know it's been a long journey, but I'm certain they're fine.
So I think she's probably sitting there like tending to her weapons or something like that, just trying to do something to keep herself busy. As they stop and make camp. So if they're not moving, there's not much to distract her. So she's doing kind of whatever she can to keep her mind off of that. So when you sit down next to her, it's probably enough to like jolt her from her thoughts, and then she hears you out. And she just kind of nods along as you're speaking. I don't. In fact, she doesn't answer at all. She doesn't actually answer. She just kind of nods along.
Renmore's gonna chuckle and say, huh, if what's made it this far is those assassins, if you want to call them, I think your siblings and your mother would have handled them quite easily.
Yes.
I think your younger brother could have taken them.
I think at that she probably would have had to chuckle. Yes, you're right. They're probably fine.
They're fine. It's. I know how you feel. I felt also like we are in a race against time, but all indications point to them being perfectly okay.
Yeah. And she'll continue like sharpening her weapon or whatever it is that she's doing.
Have you thought about what we're going to do when we get there?
Not particularly. Have you?
I'm worried about my father, obviously, but he can handle himself. And what is it to us who are we to get involved with who rules and which dragon is in command? It's so far beyond us.
Well, if this other dragon is behind the attacks, running families from their homes, I'm not exactly sure I'd want them ruling.
I agree. God.
I'm so sorry. I can't with that. Gets me every fucking time.
I know what you mean,
So
Eva.
sorry.
I feel that if this is an attempt on the throne, it must be opposed. I just don't know what we can do. A dragon like that, it would be we'd be a mere annoyance to it. But someone should try to stop it.
Mm.
But first things first, we just need to confirm that your family is fine.
Mm. That's the top of my mind right now.
He's just gonna clap her on the shoulder and like kind of get up to go like continue setting up camp.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm singing lullabies to my child while rocking it.
Naturally.
So you feel it kick. It feels like it's trying to break out of the shell, but it's pretty weak. Weak kicks. Not that the thing inside of it's weak. It's not strong enough to break open. Must not be ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
So the watch through the night seems to go fine. Again, it's raining, so it's hard to hear a lot of stuff out in the distance.
If we are camping, I want to make sure that Liamon's tiny hut is up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I assumed. That's kind of the regular now. So you don't see or hear anything, but it is raining outside, so it's hard to tell if there is anything in the distance at all. You've kind of lost your sense of exactly where you are on the road, thanks to the storms and the raining the last couple days. And you think you should be able to get there either today or maybe late at the end of the day. You feel like you'll be coming up to Harvestmoon Meadows. You're on high alert. Obviously you have to look for a big wooden sign that's kind of between trees, and there's not really a road that steers off. So there is obviously is a chance of missing the path. But you are aware of what you're looking for, so it shouldn't be that difficult as long as you're paying attention. The morning comes, and it is still storming, actually. Still overcast. It's not as bad as it was the day before, though. No green skies. Just really windy, very cold, heavy raindrops. More of a slow, heavier rain than like before. And shortly into your walk, you probably get a couple miles down the road, and you see the path and a wooden sign that says Harvestmoon Meadows and this way, and it's got a painted arrow pointing up. And when you stand by the sign, you can see a perfect path that the trees kind of guide you on from this one spot. And you start walking that way between the trees, and it feels, even though you're walking on damp, muddy ground, it feels a little different. It doesn't feel like the other day when you were in the mud. It feels like it is a road. Doesn't look like a road, but it's nice solid ground. And you feel the storm let up, and you see the trees kind of spread before kind of going away, and you see this town up on a hill, bunch of tiny buildings, most of which you don't think you guys could really even walk into because of how short they are. And this town is surrounded by trees, but there's a great distance between the town and the trees around it. There's a nice peaceful river flowing through, and from the top of the hill down. People seem genuinely happy here. Harvestmoon Meadows is a sprawling village of small homes to scale for halflings. There are some larger ones that are clearly made to host non-halfling sized creatures. The shops and other businesses are built to suit medium-sized creatures. Everyone appears to be friendly for the most part. As you walk into the town, you make your way towards the town center. There are many citizens from Rivertown here, sitting and lining the streets, eating bread, and whatever other food has been given to them. All are women and children. No signs of any of the guards.
Can I stop and talk to a few of them and kind of just ask like how their journey was and what happened and get a sense for how it was they got here and why none of the guards are with them?
Yeah, so you approach a woman and her 3 children, and she says, "Oh, you aren't from here. You're Renmer. I know who you are."
Yes, we are here. How was your journey? We're very glad to see that you've made it safely. What happened? Where are the guards that were with you?
Oh, well, there weren't very many. I think they went back. We got about halfway here, and they told us to stay on the path. I don't remember who was in the front because I was towards the back, but they decided to try and go back to the village in case they were needed.
I see.
I think their goal was to just get us away from Rivertown and on our way, and make sure we were safe for most of the way, past the swamps.
This is good that you've made it. We're glad that you're here.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was hurt. We're all fine.
Have you seen Eva's family? Are they anywhere about?
Oh yes, they made it. I don't know where they're at right now, but they should be around here somewhere.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
I think immediately upon entering, she'd immediately just perk up and be looking around. And as she starts to see faces that she knows, she probably just splits off from everybody.
I'm gonna like pull Eva back and just give the team like a huddle up sign, just real quick, and just say, Eva, your family is here. They're here.
Great. Now we can go for treasure, right?
The guards that came with them apparently turned back at some point. We did not see them on the road.
No.
Well, we saw guards that were captured in the fighting pits.
Yes, so we can assume that they are beyond saving at this point. Eva, let's find your family, and then we will discuss next moves.
Treasure.
So upon looking around in the streets, you guys don't see Eva's family. Clearly this isn't everybody, but they did say that everybody's here somewhere. Looking around, you can see there's a place called Roscoe's. There's another place called Patty's Utility Store.
I mean, is like what Roscoe's, is it like a
It looks so. These are the
Like
medium
Italian,
sized.
American, like what kind of food?
It definitely looks like it might be a tavern or a restaurant.
Excellent.
There's Patty's Utility Store, and then there's Scotties Pies. Now, all of these three buildings are larger than all the houses here. They clearly stand out here in the town square, the town center, and they're all multiple stories high.
Once we find Eva's family and he points over to Scotty's Pies, I am going there.
Awesome. So okay. As you guys, or I'm sorry, where are you guys wanting to go?
Find
Oh,
Eva's
what-
family.
Okay. They don't look like they're outside anywhere in this. In the
I'm gonna go
streets.
just start asking around and describing, trying to find them.
Okay. So somebody tells you all the kids are off playing in the field, and they point beyond the village. They said that Eva's mother is probably inside of Roscoe's or Scotty's Pies. She's kind of been hanging out in both of those.
I'll check
places
Scotty's
today.
Pies.
Okay. So you walk into Scotty's Pies, and upon walking in, you actually see Eva's mom, and she looks to be sweeping the floor.
Outstanding. It is fantastic to see you. How much is pie?
So pie is only 1 gold, which is a lot normally for pie.
I'll
But
take-
they assure you this pie is well worth it.
I'll take 3. I've
3
been on
pies.
the road for quite some time. I'm quite hungry for
Okay.
actual food.
When you start eating the first pie, you feel really good about things, and you get inspiration for the rest of the day.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm gonna save the other 2 pie then.
So I would.
They
I will say
warn you
this.
after a couple days they expire.
I will keep that in mind. But I am going to save. I'm gonna create an inspiration pie.
So I think once that person said that all of the kids, probably including my siblings, were playing in the field, I'm gonna go to the field. I'm not immediately gonna follow Renner
Sure.
into the shop. So I'm heading to the field.
I'm
Okay.
also filling in Eva's mom on everything
So-
that happened.
Only 2 of your kids are probably 2 of your siblings, because one of them, you only had 2 that came. You have a twin that's not here, right? Didn't we decide she was not in the town?
Yeah, because I had a little brother and a little sister.
Yes. So Jeremiah and Emerith are in the field, and they're playing tag with a bunch of other kids, chasing each other around in circles, and there's probably a good 40 kids just running around,
Oh God.
acting a fool. And when they see you, Jeremiah sees you, but he keeps playing. Emerith stops and waves at you. She seems happy to see you.
Yeah,
No
and I'm
worry on
gonna-
her face
I'm gonna
whatsoever.
wave back. No, I'm gonna wave back.
Okay.
And Jeremiah keeps playing, but does Emerith come over to me?
She probably, yeah, she'll come over to you. She'll walk up and say, "Eva, why are you here? What happened?"
I followed with the rest of you. I was just not traveling with the main group. We were making sure that nothing came up behind us and hurt anybody.
Oh, Mommy said we were safe the whole time. She said we were going to come visit some friends.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She said Dad had to stay back and make sure that everything was fine in Rivertown.
Did you see him before you left?
Yeah, very frantic. He told us we had to go quick. And so we left as quick as we could.
All right. Well, I'm sure he'll join us soon.
Oh, okay.
It'll be all right.
How long do we have to stay here?
I'm not sure yet. I just got here too.
It would be nice to go home and sleep in my own bed.
Yeah.
It would.
There's not enough places for us to sleep here.
No.
There's been talk of us going up to Dead Shell and staying there for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what Mom said.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna head back, and I need to find Mom. Okay.
Oh, okay. She's probably
your
at
brother.
Scotty's Pies working a little bit.
Tell your brother to behave. I'll come back later.
We're always behaved.
I'm gonna ruffle her hair. I'm gonna walk off.
Okay.
And I'm heading to Scotty's.
All right. So Renmer sees Isabel sweeping and she says, Renmer, what are you doing here?
We came to ensure that you were all right.
Yeah, we're fine. The road, the traveling sucked, but we got here about 2 days ago.
Well, this is good. The situation appears to be stabilized in Rivertown. The orc army has passed it by, and the only people in danger were those on the road.
That sounds horrible. Why did they just pass it by?
An agreement was reached between the town nobles and the orc army after everyone had fled.
They just let them pass through?
They did, and I believe that is a discussion we will be having with the nobles when we return, if we return. But it is important to us that we keep you out of the way of this army. They appear to be mainly focused on the capital.
Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, obviously I know that the resources were low, but surely we could have done something to slow the army down and got word to the capital.
Renmore's just going to interject with, this pie is amazing.
It is. That's part of the reason I'm working here. One, I can't sit still. Two,
it's incredible.
Yeah, they're providing a room for us, and we get some pie at the end of the night. Anything that doesn't sell.
Do they have any other rooms that I will sweep their floors also? This is amazing.
I could probably ask. I don't know though. I mean, people are sleeping in the streets.
It'll likely be contingent on us to head back soon. But Eva is here. Eva is likely on her way. She very much wishes to see you.
Oh, as you're saying this, Eva actually walks in, and Isabel runs up and gives her a huge hug.
Renmore is just gonna back out of the family moment, for the record.
Eva,
Eva.
I'm glad you're okay.
That eagerly.
I'm so glad you're okay. I was worried that our home was going to be burned to the ground.
As was I. I couldn't think of anything else until we got here.
And I mean, everything's fine back home? Renmer was just telling me you guys that they didn't even attack. They just left.
They didn't. They did leave. Unfortunately, I think we may need to have words with our... Actually, what would we call our person? Was that a mayor?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we'll need to have some words with our mayor about what transpired.
Okay, well, it's a tough call. I mean, we probably couldn't have lasted very long against a huge army like that, but...
No, of course not.
I mean, I don't know. Your father was frantic. He insisted we all leave, and
yes,
he told some other people who made sure their families left too. But we're all safe, and I don't think we're heading back anytime soon. There's talk of most people going up to Dead Shell because there's places to stay and sleep.
So off the top of my head, I know what Dead Shell is.
Yeah, it's a port city. It's northwest of here. It's relatively safe. It gets its name from all the the empty shells that wash up on shore.
Yeah.
Along the beach there, a lot of crabs. Seafood is amazing there. But yeah, lovely. They and they're really well guarded, really well protected there. And if something were to happen, you can always escape by ship. So
fair. Okay. Well, that does sound like a good idea. I think myself and the rest of us are going to rest up a bit and then talk about what we're going to do next.
Okay. As you're standing there talking with your mom, you hear from behind the bar, "Hey, Isabel, are you talking to a couple of adventurers? They look well equipped." "Oh, Scotty, this is just my daughter and her friend Renmer." "Oh, I was hoping they were somebody who could help us with some ingredients that we're running low on."
I was gonna say Renmer's still in the room, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think they are
We'd
the.
be happy to help.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Well, considering how the last, how long has it been actually?
Like a week.
How long have we been adventuring?
Oh, you've been adventuring for like 2 months, maybe.
Oh yeah, we're very experienced. Is Garrick in the room?
No.
We'll do it for free.
Or actually, I don't know. Is Garrick? Are Garrick and Meek in the room?
Wherever I'm at, my ears are bleeding right now.
just in the middle of a thing, Garrick goes, "No!"
Just in the middle of the street, fucking Garrick. Well, considering the last several weeks, I think that adventurer is the lightest title we could claim.
Yes, we will be happy to help in this dire situation. What do you need?
Excellent. I will have to get you this map. Shoot, I don't have it on me right now. But you will have to go off and get these eggs for me.
I have one condition.
Okay.
You must give Eva a
Pies.
pie.
Okay, Eva. That's your name, right, Eva?
Yes. Why
Eva,
is
this
that the
pie's
condition?
fucking amazing. You just have some.
All right. All right. What kind of pies do you have?
In fact, one for my friend Meek and Garrick also, please.
Oh my god.
He tells you it's just this one pie. This is all we sell, and it goes quick.
They got that. You know
All
what?
right.
They do their one thing and they do it well.
Yup. It's their
all right.
niche.
So I'm gonna he's gonna give it to me and I'm gonna take a bite. So
You bite into it. It's almost more like quiche, but he calls it pie. And it is the most delicious thing you have probably ever had in your life. And you get inspiration for the rest of the day.
okay. As soon as I bite into it, I probably turn around and go, "Oh my god."
Right?
Amazing. Remember, why didn't you say anything sooner?
I didn't want to interrupt you talking to your mother, but can we get just two more for two of our friends who are going to go on this mission with us?
I'll fork over the gold for it. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is really good.
All right, so he takes 2 gold from Eva and gives Eva 2 more pies.
Okay.
We'll tell them that we got this as part of the job.
All right.
He tells you that if you're going to go get these eggs, you will want to make sure you have light. And he tells you will want rope.
Yes and yes.
Yep. Okay, good. Just want to make sure it's going to be a little difficult once you get there.
Why would it be difficult?
Because you have to go underground through some caves.
Oh, what's in the cave?
Again.
Usually it's not anything too bad, but basically you got to sift through, different like bugs or whatever. I don't know. I'm not an adventurer. I just pay people to go out there. Don't tell Brutus that I'm sending you, though.
All right. If I knew who that was, I would not tell him.
You'll know soon enough. You're in
All right.
town and you look like adventurers. Meanwhile,
Okay, so I'm gonna grab Renmer's arm and be like, "Let's just not tell anyone."
We won't tell anyone. Let's
gonna
go
tell
get
anyone.
let's go get Garrick and Meek and give them the pie because it's really good.
So meanwhile,
Good. In fact, you should take these because I might eat them.
All right, I'm going to take them and go find Garrick and Meek.
All right. So cut over to Meek and Garrick. Garrick is probably looking for Eva's mom because he really wants to get out and get some
In the
treasure.
bar.
Okay, so he goes into Roscoe's. Meek, are you in Roscoe's too?
He's checking the bottom of every glass.
So he's in
Mhm.
there and he's looking around, looking for Isabella in the bottom of his glass. And Meek, you are off to the side a little bit. And I mean, there's a lot of women and children in here eating, actually. But you see this halfling with a breastplate walk in, and he's got a rapier on his side. And he walks right up to you and says, "You're not from around here, and you did not come into town with these people. Who are you?"
You're aggressive and I don't appreciate it.
I am. I'm very aggressive. That's one of the qualities people like in me.
I am with child.
And he kind of looks at
And
this
I hold
egg
my-
that's strapped onto you. Is that your child?
Yes. Don't you know how tieflings work?
Not a clue.
Anyway, a dear friend of mine is here. They just came into town and we're just reuniting with them.
Ah. Okay. Well, if anybody offers you any jobs, you tell me about it, okay? And he looks over at Garrick, seeing I'm assuming your macaws right on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "And that goes for you too," and probably startles you out of your drink.
Why?
Because all jobs belong to me here. It's my contract with the town.
Is that legal?
It's the only reason I stay.
Well,
Hmm.
sure then. I don't think we're going to be in this town all that long anyway, so.
Good. Too many people. It's cramping my style. But one good thing that comes from having a lot of people here is resources need to be replenished, and I am the guy for the job. I got to go see if Scotty needs anything. And he walks out. As he walks out, Renmer and Eva walk right by him. And Renmer, give me a athletics check as he chest bumps you.
Yeah, that's a 22.
We
Is that
tied.
chest to like
It's
leg?
like
'Cause
yeah, it's
a
more
half-
like hip to like his shoulder.
Yeah.
His shoulder.
My athletics is a +7 if we're in a tie then.
All right, I'll give it to you. So he kind of bumps into you and like you both just stop. Like nobody gives ground. And he looks at you and grimaces. He's like, "Hurr," and
I
like
help you?
walks off.
Apparently not. I'm gonna go up to Meek and Garrick and be like, we have a job.
That's illegal. I whisper back.
What? Look, we got paid in pie. This is amazing.
Maybe that's a loophole.
Wait. How you got paid in pie?
Just and take out the 2 just try it.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Just give them the pie.
If you were
them
to
the
buy the pies, how much are they?
That's not important. Just try it.
No. That is important because if we're getting
Try
paid in
them.
pies, I want to convert pie to gold. How much is it?
Have a gold.
One gold piece per pie.
One gold piece per pie. Just try it. Just try it. Just Meek the pie.
So if you got
Ow.
paid 10 gold pieces, we could have 5 pies and 5 gold pieces. Go for gold.
But we have
Don't-
pie.
Don't do work for pie.
But we
I'm
have
sure
pie.
I'm sure it's wonderful pie. But
So
I
Are you gonna
approve.
use
Need
pie?
gold.
So here's
Nom,
what I
nom.
want to do while Garrick is trying to lecture / argue with Renmer.
With the
gonna
-1
take-
intelligence.
I'm gonna
fighter.
take the pie. I'm gonna take his pie and I'm gonna shove it in his mouth.
okay. Garrick, you think it's the most delicious thing you've ever tasted. However, you do have other things you probably would prefer because the texture's a little off. But you feel really good after this is shoved in your mouth.
Oh man, this pie's made of people, isn't it?
Meek.
Oh my god.
So Meek, when you bite it,
Wouldn't bother me.
Mhm.
because it sounded like you scarfed half of it in one bite, right?
Yeah.
You spit it out immediately.
Ah!
You don't like it, but
Oh my god.
for some reason you feel invigorated. You both get inspiration for the rest of the day, but there's something you just didn't like about it, Meek.
I don't like it.
Pie's totally made of people.
Oh my god.
Blah.
We walked right into
Why
Steve's
would we do work
house.
for this?
Well, Meek. We can't account for taste.
Right. That's absolutely right.
We have to go find eggs in an underground cavern in place I describe.
So, as this is
I am
going
an
on-
egg expert.
You are an egg expert.
Yes.
An
This is phenomenal.
expert. Egg.
I now regret this line of conversation.
I'm gonna turn to Redbird and be like, this is why we brought her along, right?
Yes, precisely.
This is exactly why we brought her.
So as this is going on, you guys are looking around, and it was quiet for a while, but all of a sudden you hear some music coming from like the fireplace. When you look over at the fireplace, you see a couple hand axes that are mounted above, and there's a cage with a pixie in it that's playing the music here on a flute. You can see, like I said, all around there's a lot of women and children actually in here eating some plain old oatmeal and or porridge, and you see a halfling behind the bar, and he's looking over at you guys, and he walks over and says, "You guys can't be bringing that pie in here. You know that, right? It hurts my business."
Oh, terribly sorry. Outside food, we understand.
Yeah, it's awful. I'm trying to make a living here. But that pie is great.
Get a drink.
That pie is great. Oh, yes, you can have a drink. Just
I'll take a drink.
do me a favor. Those other two pies you're still holding in your hand,
I
clutching
just
with
put them in the
death
bag.
grip.
There
There you
gone.
go.
There
Perfect.
we go. Give me a drink.
Yeah, okay. So he kind of goes over and grabs you guys a couple drinks, slides them over and says, "And no talking to the pixie."
What's
Well, now I have to talk to the pixie, and
you
I
had
No.
to say that, didn't you?
You can't do
Had to
that.
say-
She is a prisoner here
Why?
Why?
because this is her punishment. She used to terrorize us.
Actually, what would I know about pixies?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
May I do one as well?
You can aid her. She can have advantage.
Oh, hello. I may not need it. That was a natural 19, so that'll be a 23.
So you know that there was not long ago, like within the last year or so, there was some pixies that were terrorizing this settlement, playing
Okay.
pranks, taking things, causing some to have nightmares, just basically screwing around with the people. And
Yeah.
their punishment for the one they caught was to be in servitude for 3 years.
Oh.
So the other ones did not come back. They decided
Okay.
when the one was caught that they would flee into the woods. And
Done.
they have not been back.
This
Done.
to be fair justice.
Yep. She pled guilty.
I'm trying to decide because I feel like my inner ancients, my inner hippie, is screaming right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand that, laws are laws.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I'm kind of conflicted.
the Renmore is gonna lay a hand on and like justice is being served. The pixie will go free when the debt is paid.
All right.
And hopefully she won't come back.
I think in terms of it appears based on its fellows that the lesson has been learned. Yes,
I believe so. They haven't returned.
but then
Some awful things, man. Some awful things. Gosh.
It appears then the understanding has been reached and that justice is being served and that all is well here.
And she's fed. We give her 3 square meals a day.
This is to
The
be
flute is recreational.
well. How about that drink?
Yes, he brings you one right away.
All right. And how much would that be?
He says like 5 copper.
And
It's
Renmore's
decent.
gonna toss him a silver.
Ooh, big money, man. I like you. He pockets it, walks away. And as this is going on, you see a halfling come in like cooking, like a cooking outfit, like a chef's outfit and a chef hat. And he runs up and he says, "You are the guys. Yes, yes. I recognize you from over there at Scotty's. Here is the map." And he slams it on the table and slides it over. He says,
Maybe not so in front of everybody.
"Oh, sorry, I'm in a hurry." He's like, "I was told to give this to you guys, and yes, if you can see here, you know, you kind of go east into the woods, and you'll see there's like a well, and next to the well, there's actually a hole in a tree that you have to go into, and it leads underneath everything. You can't miss it."
Well, thank you.
Really, though, if any of you are familiar with maps, or any of you good with maps, based on your backgrounds or anything?
Yeah,
Like
me.
cartographer's tools or navigation? What?
I have navigation.
Okay, so Garrick, you would know it probably is hard to find a random well in the middle of the woods, even with a map. So what he says is kind of like, okay.
Is there somewhere I
I-
could sell some gear in town, by the way?
Yeah, Patty's utility store.
I want
I-
to head there when we're done here.
I ask him if he can lead us to this well.
I can't. I gotta work. I work every day. Those
Well,
pies
I
don't
asked-
make themselves.
I ask him if someone in the town can lead us to this well so that we don't have to spend our time looking for it.
Yeah, Brutus would be great. He knows where it's at.
What does Brutus look like?
Oh, you can't miss him. He walks around with a breastplate on. He's kind of loud and aggressive.
Is there anyone else in town?
I believe he bumped into me on the way
No.
out.
Pretty much
Is he a bit
Brutus.
obnoxious?
I don't think so. I mean, he usually goes and gets this stuff for us. But I'm sure he can show you.
Is
I'm
there
gonna,
anyone else
like,
in town that knows where the well is at?
Not that I know of. I mean, Scotty himself, he originally found it actually a long time ago when he used to travel. But he stays in the shop like every day with us now. The woods can be dangerous sometimes. Plus, we're not sure if the pixies are still out there.
The pixies are out there, you say?
They might be.
Hmm.
So he then says, but I got to get back to work. I got to go make pies. We're running low. So I just was told to run this over, give it to you, and head back. So I will see you guys later. And he's like, gone.
As soon as he leaves, I'm gonna look around and see if anybody is paying us any particular attention.
No, everyone seems pretty absorbed with what they're doing. Roscoe's talking to some people up at the bar.
Okay.
A couple of halflings and then a human woman
Very
who's
good.
there by herself.
Okay. Excellent.
Or I'm sorry, not the tavern owner's name is not Roscoe. Sorry. The
Yep.
owner of Roscoe's though is
Okay.
up there.
Very good. In that case, well, we have a map. We potentially have a guide, though I'm not sure why Scotty was so against us telling him that we were doing this for him.
Let's just
All right.
do this. I don't
So-
want to get too involved with the politics of this town.
What type of song is the pixie playing?
A very peaceful melodic song on the flute.
Okay. I use message. I send a message to the pixie. I say, if you'd like to get out of here, play something very upbeat for your next song. Something that will get people dancing.
You can tell that your message does not get through the cage.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Interesting.
It almost feels like as you try to do it, because you can always feel like the connection, it feels like static on a radio, and you can't get the signal to line up with the station.
Hmm. Hmm. And where is the cage at? Is it like sitting on something? Is it
It's
hanging from
hanging,
something?
yeah, it's hanging above the fireplace. It's about 10 feet up. It's right next to like these two hand axes that are on the like above the mantle. It's like right next to there.
Gotcha.
And you know this building's like a 3-story building too, with really high ceilings. It's almost like it's built for almost anything to come in here. Like a Goliath could fit in here without much of an issue.
Hmm.
They even have
Okay.
some furniture in here that is a little oversized.
Interesting. I have some ideas, but I don't want to go too far, so
All right.
I can.
So, Renmer, you want to make your way to Patty's utility store?
Yep.
Okay. What
Yeah, I'll
would you
follow
like
along
to
with.
do?
Well, I'm starting to be a bit of a walking armory, so I'm gonna put a regular dagger, and a scimitar on the table, and say, "How much would you give me for these?"
Ooh, both of those would be scimitar's a dex-based weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Both of those would be very valuable here. So she will give you 75% of what they would normally buy for in the
Oh,
PHP.
75%. Let me.
Yep. So you can do the math yourself. If you
I will do the math, and that'll be a sale.
Perfect. And then she turns to you and asks you if you would like any of her
That's-
wares.
20 gold. We'll round down to 20 gold.
Perfect.
All right. So, what do you have?
Oh, mostly common stuff. But, I mean, if you have a bard in your troop, we've got some magical instruments as well.
We do not.
Yes.
What is it you play, young lady?
I play the
Like,
flute.
Oh, we have a flute.
Oh my god.
And she pulls a flute
Oh.
out and she says, would you by any chance have 750 gold?
I have 100 gold.
How dare you insult me with such a low
That's just
offer?
all I have. I'm not offering that. I'm just saying that's how much I have. So I
then
can't
what
afford
would
it.
you offer?
I have a foot.
Oh,
what?
okay.
Oh my god.
I take out Renmer's foot as a bargaining chip.
As you pull it out, she says,
Oh,
what is
Jesus
this
Christ.
from?
I point at Renmer.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. I was thinking if you had like the foot of Vecna or something, then we could negotiate. But this, just some half-orc foot. Will
It's
not
very
do it.
precious to me.
It's kind of important to me, too.
Yes, but that serves me no value. What am I going to do with that?
I don't know, but I'd really like that foot back on my leg.
I hear there's some ancient magic users in the West who might be able to do something like that.
Yeah,
I think we've heard.
we've heard we're in the wrong direction.
Then what has brought you east?
I'm gonna flex my metal foot, and I'm like, I
That is amazing. I would pay you for that foot.
how
It's
much?
a metal foot that moves.
My
How do you
foot's
do that?
better.
It is both of those things. Yes.
It is both of those things.
That foot doesn't even move anymore. Pointing at the dead foot that Meek is holding. Rigor mortis is clearly set in, even though it's been preserved.
Yeah.
That is solid metal and it's moving. That is amazing. How do you do such a trick?
It is a miracle of tear.
Ah, so why would you want your normal foot back when you have that?
It's sentimental.
Okay. She says, "Well, I'm sorry, 100 gold is not going to get you this flute."
Do you have just a regular flute?
Oh, yeah.
That's
we have
why
a
we should
regular
go
flute.
for treasure.
Do you want a regular flute?
Yeah, just give me a regular flute.
Okay, I'll sell you a regular flute for like 10 gold.
Thanks.
And so she hands it to you. It's expertly whittled into this beautiful flute, halfling made flute.
Okay.
When playing music for halflings, you can have advantage on performance checks.
Okay. Meek does not know how to play the flute.
The record, I've seen my 2-year-old play with a recorder, so I know exactly the sound that Meek
Yeah.
is making right now.
Mm-hmm.
So then you won't have advantage unless you get proficient.
Sounds good.
All right. She's really happy about the sale, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that, I think we're at a good stopping point. Unless there's anything else you want to do in town, Scotty will offer to let you guys stay in. He's got like a carriage house that he will let you stay in. Eva's mom and the children are actually staying upstairs at Scotties Pies in the only room he has other than a storage room. Eva could even stay with her family if she wanted, with Meek. But Renmer and Garrick would be offered the carriage house.
Sounds good.
And we will wrap up there. We will be live next Wednesday. I don't think anything's coming up that prohibits us from playing anytime soon. But yeah. So thanks you guys for watching. Be sure to hit follow if this is your first time here. If you didn't catch the whole thing, you can catch the replay on YouTube here in a couple days. And yeah, that's about it. Any questions? No? Anyone have anything to plug?
Nope.
No?
I gotta go take care of some snow in the driveway.
You go do that. The only thing I gotta say is, so we've got Miniature Painting Friday that'll be live on YouTube with my wife. We've been doing that a lot lately, which is awesome, getting a lot of miniatures painted. And Saturday, starting a new campaign that Paul is actually in person. We'll be making characters. We've got the concepts down. Now we just have to roll the dice, figure out our stats. We will be doing that on air and discussing what to expect with the campaign. So I'm kind of excited. I'm going to mix some modules with some homebrew stuff, and it'll be a good time. So that will be done on YouTube as well, and that'll be Saturday evening. So if you're not on my YouTube channel, the link is down below. Click on over there and subscribe, and we'll see you over there. That's it, though. Bye. Game on.